In this world, there exists a strange country where people call their father Mama, their mother Data, and where citizens must build stone towers to defend themselves from neighbors seeking revenge for blood debts. Hey, fine wine is cheaper than water, and the capital has been flattened 30 times, yet miraculously rises again. Even more shocking, during the day, they are extremely devout, but at night, the youth dive into bars and dance with enthusiasm. Welcome to Georgia, a place where all your preconceived notions about the boundaries between Asia and Europe will be completely shattered. Chapter 2, Number 1. The Strange Country Between Two Continents. Number 1. The strange country located between two continents. When hearing the name Georgia, many people might immediately think of a state in the U.S., known for its peach orchards and country music. However, the Georgia we are discussing is actually an independent country located in the Caucasus region. This unique land lies between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea and is considered a natural boundary dividing Asia and Europe. This central position has sparked considerable debate about which continent Georgia truly belongs to. According to the United Nations classification, Georgia is placed in the West Asia region since it is situated south of the Greater Caucasus mountain range. However, the Georgians do not see it that way culturally and politically. They assert that they are part of Europe. They aspire to join the European Union, and even aim to become a member of NATO. In the past, this country was often referred to as Gruzia. However, since the name Gruzia is derived from Russian and the Georgians wish to align themselves more closely with the West, they decided to officially change their international name to Georgia in English. In ancient Persian, this name means land of the gray wolves. Interestingly, while they want the international community to call them Georgia, the locals rarely use that name. They refer to their country as Akatvalo, meaning land of the Karteli people. According to mythology and ancient records, this name originates from Katlos, a legendary leader considered the father and founder of the entire Georgian nation. Speaking of the people, Georgians are also a hard case for scientists. Despite being situated between two continents, Asia and Europe, they do not fully belong to either the European ethnic group or the Asian one. And interestingly, they do not exhibit a mix of these two ethnicities. Modern genetic studies have shown that Georgians have a highly distinct origin from ancient hunter-gatherer groups in the Caucasus. They have continuously inhabited this region since the Neolithic period, creating a unique genetic makeup that cannot be found anywhere else in the world. Not only do they possess a unique genetic heritage, but their language is also a completely distinct world. It belongs to an isolated language family unrelated to the Indo-European family of most European countries, and has no connection to the language families of Turkey or the Arab countries in Asia. To write this language, Georgians use 3 separate alphabets, all of which have a remarkably romantic appearance. All the letters are composed of round curvy lines that from a distance resemble vines, musical notes, or intricate artistic designs. Due to this uniqueness, the Georgian writing system has been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Culture shocks you'll experience in Georgia. Number 2. Cultural shocks. When arriving in Georgia, if there's one thing that shocks many travelers when they visit Georgia, it's the hospitality of the local people. Georgians have a saying, "A guest is a gift from God." And they truly live by this saying. If you are invited into a local family's home, you can almost guarantee that you won't leave with an empty stomach. The dining table will quickly be filled with kakapuri cheese bread, kinkli dumplings, grilled meats, salads, and homemade wine. What's remarkable is that they will continuously add more food to your plate, even if you are so full that all you want to do is lie down and rest. And if you are invited to a traditional feast called a supra, you should prepare yourself even more than for a regular meal. A supra is a celebration that can last for hours, filled with countless toasts from the Georgians. At every supra, there is an important figure known as a tomata. This person leads the entire table. The tomata decides when everyone can drink, when to make speeches, and the topics for each toast. Sometimes they toast to friendship, sometimes to ancestors, to peace, and even to those who have passed away. What confuses many travelers is that refusing to drink is sometimes seen as a lack of enthusiasm, and Georgians are known for their strong drinking abilities. In some places, they even use animal horns to drink wine. Traditionally, once you lift that horn, you must drink it all in one go. Just trying to drink along for fun for about an hour can leave many travelers feeling a bit dizzy. Would you like to join this super feast? If so, comment with a number 2. Leaving the warm banquet to head to the high mountains of Spenedy, you will encounter another cultural shock known as blood revenge. According to this law of revenge, if a family member is severely insulted, the men of that clan are obligated to kill a member of the opposing side to restore their honor. These cycles of retribution create a never-ending loop of blood debts that have lasted for hundreds of years across generations. In the town of Mestio, or the ancient village of Ushkuli, you will see hundreds of stone towers standing since the 9th century right next to the homes. In fact, they were not built to fend off distant invaders, but protect families from their own neighbors. When conflict arose, entire families and livestock would retreat inside the stone tower, climbing up to the higher floors and pulling up the ladder to avoid being shot by their neighbors. They could stockpile food and live in the tower for months just to survive the wrath of rival relatives. Today, the culture of blood revenge has nearly disappeared in real life thanks to the intervention of the Morval, which is a council of respected elders in the village. Instead of settling debts with lives, disputes are resolved by requiring the offending clan to compensate with money or livestock. Chapter 4, Number 3. The Cradle of the World's Wine. Number 3. The Cradle of the Wine World. If you believe that France or Italy were the first countries to produce wine, archaeologists would prove you wrong. In Georgia, ancient pottery fragments containing traces of wine dating back to 6000 BC have been discovered. This finding establishes Georgia as the oldest wine-producing country in the world with a history spanning over 8,000 years. The method of making wine here differs from that in the West, as they do not use oak barrels. Instead, they ferment the wine in large clay vessels called cuvées, which are buried underground to take advantage of the stable soil temperature throughout the natural fermentation process. The cuvée wine-making process is also unique because whole grape skins, seeds, and even stems are included in the vessel along with the juice. This method produces a distinctive amber-colored wine with a much richer flavor than conventional wines. The historical significance and unique technique of this traditional winemaking process have led UNESCO to recognize it as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Today, wine is not only a source of cultural pride, but also an important diplomatic weapon for Georgia in international relations. Each year, the country exports tens of millions of bottles of wine to major markets such as Russia, China, and Europe, generating substantial foreign currency revenue. In 2006, when Russia imposed a ban on the import of Georgian wine due to political conflicts, the country's economy was severely shaken by the loss of its largest market. However, this event became a crucial impetus for Georgian producers to change their mindset, enhance quality, and improve processes to meet the stringent standards of Western markets. As a result, Georgian wine has broken free from dependence on post-Viet countries and has risen to become a prestigious name on the global culinary map. In addition to wine, Georgia boasts another economic treasure, Borjomi mineral water. This water is sourced from natural volcanic mineral springs located thousands of meters underground, characterized by its distinctive salty taste due to its extremely high mineral content. During the Soviet era, Borjomi was a luxury item, a symbol of status, and was only found on the tables of the highest-ranking leaders. There are even anecdotes that the leader Stalin loved Borjomi so much that he always requested this water to be present at every important meeting in the Kremlin. Today, the Borjomi brand has gained international recognition, being exported to over 40 countries worldwide. For the local people, this water is considered a panacea for various ailments. Particularly known for its rapid hangover remedy after long festive nights, the mineral water industry combined with winemaking has transformed many previously impoverished rural areas of Georgia into thriving ecotourism destinations and bustling export industrial zones. Chapter 5, Number 4. Georgian Women, Goddess-like Beauty and Unbreakable Strength. Number 4. Georgian Women, Beauty like Goddesses and Resilient Spirit. Women from Georgia have long been renowned throughout the Caucasus for their classic and exquisite beauty. They typically possess porcelain skin, large, deep-set eyes with long lashes, and a delicate high nose. However, this beauty does not exude a soft, fragile quality. Instead, it radiates the sharpness and pride characteristic of mountain dwellers. In fact, the beauty of women from this region has become an aesthetic standard celebrated in many classical Eastern literary works. Historically, the beauty of Georgian women was a coveted desire of neighboring empires, leading to the harsh reality that they often became targets of beauty hunts to be taken into the palaces of Persia or the Ottoman Empire. However, If one only looks at their appearance and assumes they are delicate flowers, that would be a complete misunderstanding. Georgian women possess a remarkably strong and decisive identity. Throughout their tumultuous history, when men frequently went to battle to defend their borders, it was the women who stayed behind to keep the home fires burning and preserve their cultural heritage. They are educated to be both nurturing and extremely authoritative within the family. An interesting fact is that the mother known as Data holds a very high status in Georgian families. They often make the final decisions on important matters and serve as a strong link connecting generations. A humorous linguistic detail is that in Georgian Da means mother while Mama means father. This sometimes confuses international visitors, but it also reflects the intriguing reversal of the woman's role as a spiritual pillar in this society. In the modern world, Georgian women once again assert their strength in the fields of art and fashion. The capital TLI has recently emerged as a new fashion capital of the world. Driven by talented female designers, they create innovative new trends by skillfully blending traditional Caucasian tailoring with a rebellious and free-spirited essence of the West. Fashion shows in TLI now attract not only local fashion enthusiasts, but also renowned fashion editors from Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. Another remarkable fact is that despite Georgian society still maintaining many traditional aspects, women here have a very high level of education. The percentage of women holding university degrees and occupying senior management positions in businesses or politics is rapidly increasing. They refuse to be confined to the kitchen and are ready to participate in governing the country and developing the economy. The combination of natural beauty, modern thinking, and decisiveness in their careers has made Georgian women the greatest pride of this nation. Would you like to get to know these beautiful women? If so, comment with a number 4 and I will share some tips with you. Chapter 6, Number 5. Georgian Cuisine, Royal Delicacies at Street Food Prices. Number 5. Georgian Cuisine, Royal Flavors at Street Prices. If you're tired of spending hundreds of dollars on a modest dinner in Paris or London, then Georgia will shock you with its astonishing generosity. Hey, for just about $10 to $15, you can sit down to a lavish feast filled with grilled meats, cheese bread, and wine. The remarkable thing is that despite the street food prices, the ingredients in Georgia are entirely organic, harvested from family farms, offering a flavor quality that even many high-end restaurants struggle to match. When it comes to Georgian cuisine, this country has long been renowned for its incredibly delicious food in Europe. What makes Georgian cuisine so addictive is not cheese or rich butter like in many other countries, but rather walnuts. Georgians have a unique preparation technique. They grind walnuts to create a sauce called baj. This sauce has a smooth, creamy texture and a rich nutty aroma. Yet, it is incredibly refined, not at all heavy like Western cream or butter. People drizzle baj over everything from grilled chicken to various vegetables. This is the secret weapon that makes Georgian dishes both delicious and extremely healthy. Even the simplest vegetable dishes like pickle made from spinach or beets mixed with walnut sauce become true gems on the dining table thanks to this brilliant flavor combination. As you stroll through the markets in Georgia, you'll see long, colorful objects that look quite strange, resembling hanging candles or sausages. Don't be mistaken. These are church keela, a snack dubbed the Snickers of the Caucasus. The process of making it is quite elaborate. Walnuts or almonds are strung together into long chains, then repeatedly dipped in a mixture of concentrated grape juice and flour, before being dried. Since ancient times, Georgian warriors have carried church keela into battle because it never spoils and provides a massive energy boost. Today, it is the most addictive snack in Georgia, perfectly combining the sweet taste of grapes with the richness of nuts, all for just about $1 to $2 per piece. In addition to familiar dishes, Georgians also have some very unique culinary preferences such as eating flowers. Janjoli is a distinctive appetizer made from the flower buds of a local shrub that are pickled. It has a slight bitterness and a refreshing sourness that maximizes your taste buds before the main course. The combination of affordable organic food, the technique of using walnuts instead of dairy butter, and the use of floral spices has transformed Georgian cuisine into a paradise for food lovers who don't want to spend too much money. Chapter 7, Number 6. Tbilisi, the ancient capital destroyed by war nearly 30 times. Number 6. Tbilisi, the ancient capital ravaged by war nearly 30 times. The capital city of Tbilisi in Georgia is considered one of the oldest cities and capitals in the world. Archaeological excavations here have uncovered numerous tools and artifacts, proving that humans have continuously inhabited this land since the 4th millennium BC, which is about 6,000 years ago. However, what truly makes Tbilisi famous is not just its age, but its remarkable ability to revive after being destroyed countless times. Throughout its history, the city has been invaded and burned nearly 30 times by various empires from the Mongols to the Persians. There were instances when Tbilisi was completely flattened, leaving no brick intact. Yet, after each destruction, the people of Georgia resiliently cleared the rubble and rebuilt everything right on the old foundations. It is this spirit of never giving up that gives the old town of Tbilisi its unique architectural structure today. You will see 19th century houses built on the foundations of fortresses and ancient structures from thousands of years ago. This style of building resembles a vast historical museum where the basement of a modern cafe could very well be part of a medieval fortress. The name Tbilisi in the local language has a very down-to-earth meaning, warm place. This name comes from the fact that the city is situated on a natural hot spring rich in sulfur. There is a legend that tells of a Georgian king who went hunting and saw his eagle fall into a hot spring, miraculously recovering. Thus, he decided to move the capital here. Even today, the ancient brick dome baths are bustling right in the heart of the city. Walking through this area, you will catch a whiff of the characteristic rotten egg smell of sulfur, which ironically attracts many tourists. Soaking in the natural hot water beneath the red brick domes is a must-do experience if you want to truly understand the meaning behind the capital's name, warm place. Lastly, if you are a cat lover, Tbilisi is a paradise for you. Cats are considered unofficial citizens of the city and enjoy rights that are on par with humans. They can be seen everywhere, from the rooftops of sulfur baths to the porches of cafes and the windows of old buildings. Locals and tourists alike pamper these creatures. They not only feed them, but also build small houses and place bowls of water all over the sidewalk for the cats. It seems that after decades of brutal wars, the people of Tbilisi have decided that caring for cats is the best way to enjoy the peace of their capital. Would you like to visit the city someday? If so, comment with a number 6. Chapter 8, Number 7. A Glorious Empire Forgotten by History. Number 7. The Glorious Empire Forgotten by History. Looking at the map today, you will see Georgia as a small country modestly located in the Caucasus region. However, if you were to turn back time to the 11th to 13th centuries, you would be amazed to find that it was once a true superpower at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. This period is known as the Golden Age, and the figure behind this dominance was Queen Tamar. An extremely interesting detail is that despite being a woman, she was honored with the title King of Kings rather than Queen. Perhaps the people of that time felt that the title of queen was not sufficient to fully convey her power and influence. Under the leadership of this king in address, the territory of Georgia expanded vigorously, stretching from the shores of the Black Sea to the Caspian Sea. During its golden age, Georgia held the entire lifeblood of the legendary Silk Road. This meant they controlled the massive flow of goods and wealth from China to Europe. Thanks to toll fees and favorable trade, Georgia became incredibly wealthy. The capital Tbilisi transformed into a melting pot of cultures where you could see Arab, Persian, and Jewish merchants strolling through the streets as if they were at a market. People flocked here to live simply because it was a place of wealth and a free, open atmosphere. In stark contrast to the stifling conditions of many other empires of the time, with their pockets full, the Georgians began to invest heavily in art and literature. This period produced the epic work, The Knight in the Panther's Skin, a masterpiece so significant that it became an inseparable part of Georgian women's lives. In the past, there was an unwritten rule that any bride must have a copy of this book in her dowry. Without it, the bride would be considered unworthy of building a home. It was like a guidebook on ethics, loyalty, and love that every citizen knew by heart. However, every feast must come to an end. Just as they were at the height of prosperity, the Mongol army appeared. The fierce cavalry from the steppes swept through and erased the glory of this empire in the 13th century. Georgia, once a regional powerhouse, suddenly weakened, fragmented into small pieces, and became a battleground for great powers like the Ottomans and Persians for the following centuries. Having once stood at the pinnacle and then fallen into the abyss forged a strong sense of national pride among the people here.